I want to talk about being able to multiply. What if you have like 30 times 17? Can you use the same strategies? Yeah. Okay. We could draw a picture. 10, 20, 30 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So I'm going to fill that in. One, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yes? And then I could count that up. So here I would have 300, right? And I'd have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210. Yes? And then what do I need to do with those parts?
Add those.
Add them. So I could add 300 plus 210, and I would get 510. Yes?
Yes.
All right. So this would be using what strategy? Yes, sir.
The array.
The array or a picture. Either way. Picture or array. You could call it either. Okay? Now, could you have, even before you did this, got out base 10 blocks if you had them available?
Yes.
Yes, and we have those, and you are absolutely able to use your base 10 blocks for right now, okay? What's another strategy that we've talked about? Yes, ma'am. My area model. When I do my area model, what do I need to do? What do I need to do in order to do my area model? I need something. Yes, ma'am. Right, I need to go ahead and draw my box. Now, in this example, I'm doing 30 times 17. So if I was going to write 30, how would I write that in expanded form? Yes, ma'am.
10 plus 10 plus 12.
You could write 10 plus 10 plus 10, but if I want to write it in normal expanded form, yes, ma'am. 30 plus 0. All right, and then I'm going to take 17. How would I write that? 10 plus 7. Okay. In this top left box, what am I going to do? Yes, sir.
Top left one,
Uh-huh.
you would multiply 30 times 10.
30 times 10. How many zeros do I have there?
2.
2 zeros in my problem, so how many in my answer?
2.
2. And then I'm going to multiply 3 times 1, which is 3. Now what about this top right box? Yes, ma'am.
0 times 10.
0 times anything is what?
0.
Every time. Bottom left box. What goes in that bottom left box? Yes, ma'am. 30 times 7. How many zeros?
1.
1. And then I'm left with 3 times 7, which is 21. Bottom right box. What goes in this bottom right box? Yes, sir. 0 times 7 or 7 times 0, and 0 times anything is? 0. So what do I need to do with all these numbers? Add them up. 300, 0, 210, 0. Did I get the same number? Yes. Now I showed you one other way yesterday. Do you remember it? What did I call that? Do you remember? You can look back at your notes from yesterday if you don't remember. Yes, ma'am. Did I show you standard yet?
No.
Not quite. Looks very similar to standard though. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we're gonna do expanded. Okay. Now, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna stack it up like I'm going to do it in the standard algorithm. But we're not quite there yet. So, the first thing I'm going to do is 7 times 0, which is 0. Then what? Yes, sir.
7 times 3.
Now,
7 times 0.
7 times, what is this 3 worth? 30. So I have to make sure I'm multiplying it by 30. How many zeros?
1.
1. And then what's 7 times 3? 21. All right, so I've multiplied 7 times my 30. So now I'm going to switch over and I'm going to come to my 10. So what's my first thing I need to multiply 10 by?
0.
0. 10 times 0 is what?
0.
0 every time. So then what's the last thing that I need to multiply? 10 times 30. How many zeros? 2. Then 1 times 3 is 3. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 3 is? I got the same answer 3 times. Am I pretty darn sure that's right?
Yes.
Yeah, and even if I wasn't, could I do it a 4th way?
Yes.
What way could I use that we already know? Yes, ma'am. We could use our inverse operation of division. But what could I do? What strategy do I already have? Yes, ma'am. What is that? You could do repeated addition. That'd be a whole bunch of adding. We talked about it already. What could I use? Have we learned standard algorithm yet? We will get there. But could I use base 10 blocks too? Yeah. 10, 20, 30, 17. Could I use base 10 blocks to check my work? Yes. Might take me a little bit longer, but that is also a strategy you can use. 7. Okay. Then you would just fill in your array just like it looks kind of like in that picture. Okay. So right this second, how many strategies do you have to solve a 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication problem? Yes, ma'am. 4 different ways. You have with base 10 blocks, you have using a picture, you have your area model, and you have your expanded form, your expanded multiplication. Okay? 4 different ways that you can solve a 2 by 2 multiplication problem. Okay?